Alright. Now we are back in the business and... Hey, where's my big sir? Here we are. Now I'm not frozen anymore. Last Thursday my big sir froze. But yeah, that's life. Anyway, today we are ending the week with the Star Trek Judgment Rites. I think I have time to play like one episode. So let's go on, get going with it. Here we are. Flying. Okay. How did I decouple the flight mode? I need to check the keys. So we got a mission last time. Oh, that's right. Do we have a sounds, by the way? No, we don't. I can hear them, but... Okay, you can't hear them. Okay, now we have a weird music. I don't know. DOSBox is slightly iffy at times. Okay. Alright, so... Polygon 3.
John Gelman, Starfleet rank commander, current assignment acting captain of the USS Demeter science vessel, currently assigned to research at Balcos 3. Balcos 3, a planet inhabited by a humanoid race just entering the Stone Age. The Federation science vessel Demeter is currently conducting studies of the planet. USS Demeter, a Federation science vessel named after the Greek goddess of agriculture. It is currently under the command of Commander John Gelman and is assigned to scientific research at Balcos 3.
If my memory serves me, Demeter was the ship that actually brought the Dracula to the United Kingdom, so... Alright. Balcos 3, number 19 on the star map. And this is form of the copyright. Alright. What's the warp key? Navigation in. So I think it's this.
Approaching Balcos 3, Captain.
Alright.
Raising shields.
Arming weapons.
I have the coordinates for the power source the Demeter detected.
Entering standard orbit. Lowering shields, Captain.
No communications from the planet, sir. Commander Gelman wishes us good luck.
Okay, that's helpful.
I have the coordinates for the power source the Demeter detected.
Okay. Okay. Okay, how did we land the party again? Okay, now I could actually dig. I have somehow managed to decouple this.
Spock, come with me. Scotty, you have the con. Lieutenant, ask Dr. McCoy to meet us in the transporter room.
Yes, Captain?
Okay, this looks interesting.
What the devil was that? An attack?
While I cannot guarantee a lack of physical change, Doctor, we seem to be unharmed. I therefore conclude we have been scammed.
Captain, are you all right? Sensors detected a burst of power followed by some sort of powerful transmission.
According to Spock, we're in perfect health, Scotty.
According to Spock?
Never mind, Mr. Scott. Can you track the transmission to its destination?
I'll give it a try, Captain, but it's like nothing I've ever seen before.
It never is, Mr. Scott. It never is. Kirk out.
I guess you were right, Spock. Here I thought we were dead for a second.
Doctor, that would have made conversation quite difficult.
I was making a joke, Spock.
Were you, Doctor?
Gentlemen, I believe we have some business at hand.
Okay, so we have everything.
I cannot get an accurate reading, Captain, due to a force field. However, it appears to be a transmitter. It is an unknown piece of equipment inside an energy field. The energy field around this scanning device prevents a detailed examination.
A door constructed with an unknown alloy.
The surface of this room is unusual. Either there are special properties to the rock, or it has been coated. In either case, the surface slowly emits absorbed energy as light.
Circuitry controlling the door. No effect. No effect. A large machine with lights cycling on its front side. An impressive-looking machine of alien manufacture.
Okay.
This seems pointless.
This seems pointless. Okay.
It's definitely Spock. It's definitely Spock.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain. Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Okay, let's try this out.
Quite simple, considering the appearance of the other machinery here. All that was needed was a power interrupt. The doors will only stay closed while power is on. Interesting.
So basically same system than in a madhouse.
The surface of this room is unusual.
This place looks like Spock's dream world, doesn't it, Jim?
In what way, Bones?
No decorations, no life, nothing but machinery. Not even a picture of his mother on the wall.
A picture of my mother here would be most surprising. However, if you are suggesting that construction was performed in an efficient manner, I would agree with your most logical conclusion.
Remind me to check my blood for green tinges when we get back to the ship, Jim.
Fascinating, Captain. I've never seen machinery of this type before.
No effect. No effect. No effect.
Everything is shielded here.
The energy field is blocking any tricorder readings of the machinery inside.
A door constructed with an unusual alloy. A door constructed with an unusual alloy.
We got hit with a power surge. It's interfering with sensors and we might have some trouble locking onto you.
Well, if we intend on taking our shore leave with the rest of the crew, we'd better find out what's causing that power surge.
Save new game.
Okay, this is the place we were before. Spock is the door opener now. Okay, so these bolts are opening. These have a red lights on or something.
An energy field unlike any of the others protects this machine.
That must be like important.
This device transforms its internal energy into useful quantities for other portable devices. The transfer takes place at the small outlet junction located near the center of the unit.
So what is that in English?
Battery-
you pointed
battery
ear
charger.
Confusion factory?
In English, it remains exactly as I said. However, for those unskilled in the language, this is a battery charger.
For once, why can't you just come up with a simple explanation first?
It's not always necessary, Doctor. You are not always around.
What is
Nah.
it with you two? You're like children. I'm getting tired of it. Why am I snapping at you?
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Right.
I do not see the logic.
Okay, this seems to have some damage.
This is an interface card for a computer display.
Right.
Optical interface cables. These could be used to connect myriad devices. Readings indicate advanced optical computer circuitry is contained within that box. It may be useful. An optically controlled switch meant to be used by remote operation. It may be useful with other devices in the complex. The tricorder shows this to be a touch-sensitive display module.
A high-pressure device for joining two objects.
Ah, okay.
This unit is manufacturing electrochemical energy storage devices in an inert state.
In English, Spock?
That was English, Captain.
I think he means uncharged batteries, Jim.
Nah.
Spock, what do you make of these?
This appears to be a set of interface cables.
Spock, what kind of interface is this?
A bridge unit for use between function control and display circuitry, Captain. It could be helpful to have.
Spock, any idea what this box
anything.
is?
cube contains control circuitry. I suggest we keep it.
Spock, is that a switch?
Yes, a fairly simple switching device, Captain.
Spock, what do you make of the screen?
This is a computer display module, Captain.
No effect. Readings here are no different than...
Okay, so we came back. Circled around.
No effect. No effect.
Think if I punch these enough, somebody will come and tell me what the devil's going on here?
What is this?
The tricorder indicates that this container holds several organic compounds. I cannot judge more until the force field is disabled. It is generating too much interference. Perhaps Dr. McCoy can discern more information.
The energy field interferes with tricorder read.
Jim, the force field on the control unit is generating too much interference. I can't get a good reading on the contents of the vat. Jim, the force field on the control unit is generating too much
Okay. Looks like a medical.
Captain, given the nature of the electronics inside, I can deduce that it is a synthesizer replicator unit. However, it is unlike anything used by the Federation. I am unable to determine its exact capabilities. Nothing unusual about that object.
Medical Diagnostic and Treatment Unit, set for alien physiology.
I guess there's a switch that a human and alien or something.
I do not see the logic. Captain, I do not notice any external controls. This appears to be a self-automated unit. Internal structure hidden by force field effects. The uncovered areas consist of a pair of unknown vents and a solid inclined drop chute.
Right.
The creature looks at you quizzically and gibbers for a moment.
Okay, that was first contact.
Save new game.
That passageway narrows as it goes up. I don't think we'd make it without getting stuck.
Okay. Okay, so this is a kitchen basically.
Although the doorway does lead up to the surface, there is little air exchange with the surface.
Yeah, let's return to the startup location.
I do not see the logic in that action.
Okay, so this is the medical.
Spock, why am I wasting our time when you could be doing this?
Yep.
I do not see the logic in that action. I do not see the logic in that action.
We can
I
get
suppose I should have taken more.
So we need to lower the shields somehow.
I do not see the...
Okay, now we are at the center. Nothing has changed here.
The light is provided by the surface of the light is provided.
Okay. Let's return to room with the... Yep, there were like a lot of items here. We might be
A
able to do...
high-pressure device for joining two objects.
Yep. That's a clue, basically.
This machine seems to be controlling the manufacturing units. Captain, the tricorder readings indicate there are small devices in that container. The devices are related in some way to energy fields. It would take a closer examination to be certain. Captain, these items appear to be configured to produce a small energy field of some sort. They do not appear to be powered at this time.
Why don't you see what you can do with them, Spock?
That would seem to be a logical thing to do. I will take enough for all of us.
Okay.
The bin contains small plastic discs, Captain. The plastic is essentially inert in this form. However, if placed under pressure, it will become a superconductor capable of storing significant energy compared to its size. It will break down over time. That is
Probably should hang on to a few, don't you think?
a logical choice.
Okay, so... we have a lots of stuff here. And now we need to figure out what to do with them.
Spock, you should come look at this. I'm sure you will find it fascinating.
Hydraulic press.
This is a very specialized pressure device, Captain. The badge will go into one hopper and be combined under pressure
Bye. Hello,
with
hello.
another item.
A small gray badge. A small disc of plastic.
The badges have been placed into the hopper, Captain.
Okay.
The batteries have been placed into the device.
No effect.
Käytetään.
Since we know this is a high-pressure
Let's use
device,
Spock.
it would be logical to either use it or leave it alone.
What is that smell?
There is a chemical change due to the pressure. That is simply a small amount of outgassing by the plastic conductor. Captain, the badges and batteries are now joined.
Okay.
A small gray badge thickened by the presence of a plastic disc pressed into its structure.
Okay. In this mission you are clicking the Spock anywhere at once, so lots of using the Spock here. And that was a battery charger. So let's use it.
The badges change color.
I believe the units are now fully operational.
Hopefully these badges will help us with some of these force fields. We should each keep one of them with us while we're here.
This game is from 1993, so it's like a, a very old game. Now I feel myself very old. Hey, wait. I think there were like a energy field here.
This is a computer control panel, Captain. It appears to have some control over other parts of the compound. Captain, this appears to be a distributive optic node.
If you say so, Mr. Spock.
Okay. Okay. Spock can deal with this machine.
This console is non-operational, Captain. However, I do believe the repair would be a simple matter given the right materials. There are essentially no controls or displays available at this time.
Okay, it's broken.
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
The light is provided by the surface of the room.
A large view screen, Captain. No power is being fed to it at this time.
So it's unpowered. I wonder if that's a...
My tricorder detects nothing unusual. I suggest using Dr. McCoy's tricorder instead.
Ah, okay. Can we use the Spock to this?
The light is provided by the surface of the room.
Okay. Spock's head was on the way. We'll just go here and go back.
After a thorough examination, Spock,
That's a green one. We need to do something here that we can actually get this opened.
I do not see the...
Yeah, that's nothing. So where we can beat the energy? That's not it. That's not. There's prone to be something I can...
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay, now this doesn't have a shield anymore.
A high-protein bacteria mixed with some sort of pheromone-style compound. I don't know what effects the pheromone would have on our physiology. I would need to take a sample back to the lab on the Enterprise to conduct a study.
Information recorded on the tricorder states that this is a discharge unit to eject material into the planet's ecosystem.
Oh, interesting.
Captain, this is the life support control unit. Captain, the controls are locked out. There is no way to change their settings.
That's probably better.
No, I don't think that's...
Okay, now we can. I wonder if Spock can fix this screen over here.
Captain, I do not have the equipment necessary to activate the screen. This console is non-operational, Captain. However, I do believe the repair would be a simple matter given the right materials. There are essentially no controls or displays available at this time.
Okay, maybe we are not repairing it yet.
Readings are slightly elevated. You seem healthy. I wonder why it's doing that. It's a medical kit, not a tube.
Caveman.
The Valkosian system shows heightened stress and metabolic activities.
Captain, I will attempt to restrain the Balcosian when he stops to eat.
Okay.
Captain, I will attempt to restrain the Balcosian when he stops to eat.
Some neck
The nerve
massage.
bundle seemed quite thick. My assumption is that the Balcosian is unharmed, but will remain unconscious for a considerable time.
You heartless monster, leave him alone. You heartless monster, leave him alone.
Okay.
Even though unconscious, the Balcosian system is still operating at a much higher than normal rate.
Looks like a Balcosian described by the data files from the Demeter. You get no response from the sleeping creature.
Can you join the mind?
You heartless monster, leave him alone.
McCoy doesn't like it.
Assuming the appropriate signal is received, this unit can be shut down safely. The shutdown signal does not originate here.
Interesting. So, can we fix this somehow?
Computer, are you on? Maybe I'm not.
This console is non-operational.
Okay, so he can fix these. Can we at the console here, or monitor rather?
The computer is now functional. Fascinating. There's only a limited amount of control available on this console. I believe there are other functions it controls, but these functions cannot be accessed.
So
I'm
it's
not sure I understand, Spock.
Apple
Nor I,
of
Captain.
production.
What purpose would be served by limiting access?
What purpose indeed? Bones, any ideas?
Why are you asking me? Is this some kind of pop quiz?
Two other things, Captain. There is a reference in the limited readout which leads me to believe there are other complexes on the planet somehow connected with this one. Location and function are not specified or available.
That's only one, Spock.
True, Captain. I was just waiting to see if you had any comments.
Not that I'd like to share at this moment, Mr. Spock, please.
There is one other repair that is possible. One device can be controlled from this console if its command circuit is replaced. I will not be able to determine what device that is until the replacement circuit is installed.
Okay. Interesting. So it would be this, right?
I can shut down the force field protecting the generator. Do you wish me to do so?
No, let's look around a bit more first. No, I don't think that's necessary.
We don't need that.
No, I don't think that's... No, I don't think that's...
Okay, interesting.
I can shut down the force field protecting the generator.
No, let's look around a bit. Yes, we'll finally be able to take a better look at...
Okay, let's...
Captain, my attempt to turn off the force field has triggered some sort of computer activity. It is awaiting confirmation to bring a display up on the screen. Shall I confirm?
I don't know if that's a good idea. Let's wait. By all means, Spock. Curiosity may kill cats, but I'm hoping humans will fare a little better.
That's comforting, Jim.
Okay, this is a puzzle. Three, 6, 4, 5. 3, 6, 4, 5. Okay. Okay.
It appears we have chosen correctly, Captain. The controls indicate that the force field has been dropped.
No, that's the... Okay, we can go over here.
The energy generated from inside this unit is definitely causing the problems in communicating with the Enterprise. It will undoubtedly block any attempt at transporter lock-on also.
Okay, can you do something with it?
This generator may be providing power for more than just this complex. It is broadcasting power, which is causing the interference in communications with the Enterprise. I cannot tell for certain if there are receiving units for this power, because some of the readout circuits are damaged. Fascinating.
What is fascinating this time, Spock? I doubt it's fascinating to either Bones or myself, but I'm sure that won't stop you from telling us. What is fascinating this time, Spock?
You tell him, Jim. I'm getting sick of this alien smarter-than-thou attitude.
If
They are
either of you had
slightly
an ounce of logic,
irritated.
you would be more prepared to listen to my information, and possibly even understand it.
Bordering on insubordination, aren't we, Mr. Spock?
I always knew that no emotion garbage was just a cover. He thinks he should be in charge.
Mr. Spock, I'll have those findings from you right now.
Captain, it appears the circuit was deliberately damaged. This would only be possible if the force field were down. Who would damage their own machinery? And for what purpose?
More and more curious, Mr. Spock.
Also, Captain, I am able to determine that if power is interrupted rather than shut down from the console, it will send a signal to the discharge unit and release the bacteria into the atmosphere.
Okay.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
The readout is now fully functional. There are other locations on this planet receiving power from this generator. Most peculiar. The locations of these units are not in the database.
And you think they should be?
It would be logical, Captain. But removing the circuit that controls the on and off functions of this device would also be illogical.
Are you trying to tell me that's what happened here?
Exactly, Captain. Until that repair is made, it would be impossible to execute a proper shutdown procedure. The repair is complete, Captain. It would now be possible to safely shut this machine down. However, doing so would certainly affect all the other equipment in this complex.
Can we do something here?
Captain, the controls are locked out. There is no way to change.
Information recorded on the tricorder states that this is a discharge unit to eject material into the planet's ecosystem.
Okay. We attach the switch here.
Captain, the remaining force field is already down.
Okay, anything else we can do here?
The medical table is too small for you. The medical table...
No, I don't think...
Jim, I'd like to take him to the medical examination room next
Okay.
door. I want to know what that gas is doing to him.
Not a bad idea, Bones.
Okay, nice. Now we can get...
Looks like you have a patient, Doctor. Looks like you have a patient, Doctor.
My God, look at these readings. Everything's elevated. Small wonder that the Balcosi are in turmoil. Every aggression-related hormone in this guy's body is working overtime.
What's causing it, Bones?
That little hiss of air was loaded with pheromones, Jim. The creature inhaled them and immediately went into overload.
This must happen at random intervals when they collect the food.
I hate to sound like Spock, but there's more, and it's pretty fascinating. Also horrifying. The pheromone is perfectly tuned to the Balcosian physiology. It's like somebody genetically engineered both.
Didn't the Demeter report say there weren't enough records showing the Balcosian presence on the planet? Could they have been put here on purpose?
It is possible we have stumbled in on an experiment, Captain.
With the subjects being treated like rats, it's criminal, Jim. These can be thinking beings.
I'm not certain it is the Balcosi that are the subjects, Bone. I think it is us.
Interesting hypothesis, Captain. What is your supporting data?
It's the way all of this is set up, Spock. I can't put my finger on it, but it just feels so set up. We keep finding out just enough to make choices. The real question is who? Who's doing this to us?
And to what purpose, Captain? Why?
Why indeed, Spock. Why indeed.
I do not see the logic in that.
Diagnostic display of the Balcosi's... Spock raises an eyebrow. Spock raises...
This isn't a medical matter, Jim.
Looks like you have a patient, Doctor.
The medical table is too small. If
My God, look at these
What's causing it, Bones?
That little hiss of air was loaded with pheromone.
this must happen at random,
I hate to sound like Spock.
Didn't the Demeter report?
it is possible we have
With the subjects being true.
I'm not certain it.
interesting
It's the way all of.
and to what
Why and.
Okay.
I don't understand. I don't understand any of this, Jim.
So we can stop this, but it's going to release everything to the atmosphere. Okay, it's away. We can shut this down, but wonder if there's nothing else to be done here.
I would just be wasting our time, Spock. This is more.
Information recorded on the tricorder states that this is a discharge.
This thing's full of bacteria.
This is a food-producing unit, Captain.
That seems simple.
There's much more.
Well, I'm surprised.
The pipe leading to the other unit circulates the bacteria.
Okay, we already checked this out. I think we can shut this down. But it might release something to the air. I don't see any other options here, so let's do this.
Captain, do you wish me to start the shutdown sequence?
Let's hold off on that front. Shut it down, Spock.
Well, that ends that threat. Balcosi can rest peacefully tonight and from now on.
Okay, so it's
It is
not
still a
releasing
trying
anything.
time in the development, Doctor.
Think of it as an adventure, Spock. Scotty, 3 to beam up.
Captain, the power source has completed its shutdown procedure. There is no trace of the pheromone in the atmosphere. It would appear the Balcosi are free to choose their own future.
Good to hear, Spock. I just hope we didn't miss anything else.
True, Captain. It would be most unfortunate to pass up opportunities for increasing our knowledge.
Captain, there are 2 signals being broadcast from the planet. The first is another burst following the same path as the original broadcast. The other signal emanates from nearby the first. It's aimed at us, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen.
Interesting report, Jim. I think you were right to release the Balcosi from outside influence. No one at Starfleet has any idea who is behind all this, or what the testing message was all about. Keep us informed as you find out more. I've got confidence in you, Jim.
I've reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. I am very pleased with your performance. It was a perfect mission, Jim. Your reputation as Starfleet's best starship captain is secure. Kane out.
Okay, that was interesting. No Man's Land.
Captain's log, stardate 6236.5. Following our mission to Balcos, the Enterprise is proceeding to Omega Corvus to probe radiation clouds. We are expecting an uneventful mission.
Message from Starfleet
This is
Command.
going to be a suicide mission,
This is a
apparently.
code 2 emergency, Captain. 3 Federation ships have vanished in the Delphi system within the last month. 3 days ago, we lost contact with the USS Zimbabwe. You are to go to the Delphi system and find out what's happened to our ships. Starfleet out.
Okay. Now, how do I... Okay. Now we can actually save.
Save new game. Save new game. Cancel. Delete previous game. Replace. Save new game. Replace previous.
Okay, we managed to save at least. So, very old-fashioned game. I mean, it's from 1993, and I was like a teenager back in the day. So apparently this is the best of the point-and-click Star Trek games. First being at 25th anniversary. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, all the small things that bug me in a point-and-click games are present in this as well. So let's try to play it later. I think next weekend will be pretty okay. I don't have a plan for next week yet, but we'll see what's coming. Let me check. I'm going to can tell. So current plan is. So it's pretty normal week. So we are going to play Oblivion and U-Boat at Tuesday and deliver at all cost. And we could actually try this quarantine game. And on Saturday we are going to continue Judgment Rites and Trans-Siberia. But let's see. I might like change this a bit more, but sure. That's like a last week of May is going to be like a pretty normal. After that, it's summertime, and I might have like more time to play. But anyway, hey, thanks for watching. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like and maybe even subscribe. If you are watching on Twitch, just throw a message at me. Anyway, cheers.